Success is simply a matter of luck. Ask any failure. Earl Wilson. My friends, I'm coming to you today while I am traveling, so I'll try to make this short and sweet and helpful to you. I'm going to brighten the screen up a little bit, and we're going to look at these charts, see where everything is going. We see stocks are up. Nice big up week for both the S&P and the Qs. Nasdaq 100. Bonds and gold down. Bitcoin is up and getting closer to that magic weekly vertical crossover. What do things look like this week so far on the S&P? We see that we have a big green up candle. Price percent oscillator still negative but heading up. Derivative oscillator negative, losing downward momentum. We look at the 2-day. We can see again we had that 2-day crossover going up on the last completed 2-day candle. That was Thursday and Friday of last week. Now Monday and Tuesday of this week, we see things going up quite nicely there. Price percent oscillator accelerating up, derivative oscillator heading up, and of course we've reached a higher high. We look at the half day, and you can see where things boomed up in the morning, cooling off a little bit in the afternoon. That happened back in the afternoon on Monday also. So we'll see how things continue to progress. Price percent oscillator hang up. That derivative oscillator, because of some of those down moves, is continuing to deteriorate, but that's just the half day. Weekly, again, not crossed over yet, bouncing back though rather strong. We'll see how the news continues to come in on the economy from the Fed, from the war in Eastern Europe, and how that impacts things. Not so far. The opposite is happening, but are you being set up? We'll see. We still don't have a weekly vertical crossover. What do we see on the Nasdaq 100? We see a big green up candle forming. However, price percent oscillator still negative, but heading up. Derivative oscillator negative. We look at the 2-day, and again, similar to what we see with the S&P, we have two nice big green up candles just tracking on up. Now that Tuesday is finished drawing, I can change that. Price percent oscillator, derivative oscillator heading up. And same thing here on the Nasdaq. We see things popping up in the morning and then petering off some in the afternoon. That derivative oscillator is continuing to deteriorate, but green, and price percent oscillator heading up. That's where we are on stocks. Lots of movement, lots of good positive movement there. But again, overall mood still negative, at least on the big chart, not on the 2-day. So keep your eye on things, see how this goes. Let's look at 20-year bonds. What do we see there? Well, bonds are down for the day 1.40%. Big weekly down candle drawing. Price percent oscillator dropping off. Derivative oscillator heading down. Price well below the weekly and the 2-day. We go to the 2-day chart itself. And of course, we had that 2-day recross heading down back on Monday the 14th, and that has just been a winner so far, has it not? And boy, that last hockey stick down with this latest big red down candle after a slowdown on that 2-day green candle representing last Friday, Thursday, and Friday. So this Monday, Tuesday, really spiking down. Price percent oscillator, derivative oscillator, both. We look at the half-day chart, and we can see 2.5 days of strong down movement, tracking right along a nice trend line. Derivative oscillator gaining downward momentum also. Apologize for the sound in the background, but like I said, I am traveling. Gold also pulling back for the day. We have 2 weeks of down movement in gold after we had such a nice peak for the week ending the 11th of March. Price percent oscillator a little less than flat, positive. Derivative oscillator positive heading down. What do we see on the 2-day? We had that 2-day crossover in the opposite direction heading down, and price is sitting right there on the weekly trend line, the gold trend line. And we see the derivative oscillator gaining downward momentum. Look at the half day, and again, you can see where price movement has moved down substantially, slid sideways, and we're still sort of in that sideways slide. Derivative oscillator negative and gaining some downward momentum. Price percent oscillator a little less than flat and negative. So again, overall in gold, we still have things. Gold isn't giving up the game yet, even though the 2-day has crossed over going down. We'll keep our eye on things. Lastly, we'll take a look at Bitcoin. We see Bitcoin up nicely for the day, depending on the index you look at. Grayscale Bitcoin up 3.83, and our futures markets up around 3.43. XBTF, the smallest, up 2.98. But as we look at where things are shaping up, we do see things getting closer and closer. We're going to have a weekly vertical crossover going up in Bitcoin at the end of the week. That could happen. We'll keep an eye on things and keep you posted, but do put that in your notes. Pay attention to that. For those of you who are looking and been waiting for that to occur, it may be on the way. Derivative oscillators, positive price percent oscillator, getting close to a weekly vertical crossover. Of course, the 2 days already been in that direction. Another green candle heading up, price percent oscillator pulling away from the red signal line, derivative oscillator heading up. And on the half day, we see, again, sort of the same thing. Price percent oscillator moving up, derivative oscillator moving up, nice green candles. So we're happy to see that. I'm excited about a potential weekly vertical crossover here. We'll be waiting, holding our breath for it. That's what we have today. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll continue to keep you posted, even whilst I am traveling. God bless my friends. All the best from everybody here, Charting Wealth.